Hey guys, welcome back for another review. Today I'm going to share with you the ORLY Fall Collection. It's the Desert Muse collection. I was so excited about this one. Usually when I do ORLY reviews, I don't get a good response, and I'm not sure why. I really do love ORLY polishes, but this collection I saw and everybody was talking about it, and it was super hyped up, so I thought for sure I was going to grab it. So I got this off of ORLY's site when they had a sale, and Beyond Polish didn't have any in stock. They were out of stock at that time, but now they have them back in stock. They even have where you can purchase duos for a little bit cheaper as well, and the whole collection for a discounted price too. I think it's a really good collection. There's a lot of creams in here. It's all the colors that you would think of when you think of fall, and so I just really love the collection as a whole. It's just beautiful. So most of my ORLY polishes are like their brighter neon shades, just because I love their neon polishes. They do them so well, and so I don't have a lot of comparisons within ORLY's line, but I will have a lot of comparisons in OPI and Essie's line, just so you guys know. And let's talk about the polishes. So this first one is Roam With Me, and I love these kind of pinky mauve nude shades, especially in fall. I just think they're perfect. This is about the time that I like to get into those more subtle colors coming out of summer, and I'm just really ready for these. This has a great formula. All the formulas are pretty consistent. This is going to be opaque in 2 coats, and they are maybe just a slight bit runny. I wouldn't say a lot, but I got used to them as I use them, but the formulas are really great. This one is pretty close to Essie Ladylike. I do believe that Ladylike, if I remember, has more of a curly formula, so this one's going to go on a lot more opaque looking, so it has more of a white base, if that makes sense. So the formulas are a little bit different, but the colors are pretty much almost the same, but they do look a little different just because the formula is a little bit different. Ladylike is a good shade, but I'm happy to have this one in my collection now as well. And let's get into those comparisons. This next one is Sagebrush. It's probably one of my favorites from the collection. It's this nice gray, and it also has like this hint of green and blue. So sometimes when you look at it, you can't tell if it's gray or blue or green, and I love that about polishes. So this is awesome. I love this one so much. Again, it has a good formula. It's going to be opaque in 2 coats. It just builds up so nicely. I did think this was going to be pretty close to OPI Susie Talks With Her Hands from the new OPI Fall Collection. And this one is just a touch darker, but they are a little bit similar. I would say this one leans a little bit more green-blue, but they're pretty close. I like them both. I think this one's a little bit more interesting than the other one. So if I had to pick one, I might pick this one over that one. But again, a beautiful, beautiful shade. Let's get into the comparisons for this. This next one is Canyon Clay. I was also super excited about this one. I love this. Essie's been coming out with a lot of shades that are more like yellow poopy colors. And this one's more of like a brown color, and I would say that it probably does kind of look like a poopy color, but it's just like a vintage brown, and I really am loving these really clay earthy tones. I've been loving them for a few years, so I am excited about this one. I think it's quite unique, and I think it's fun. I did compare it to, let me think, it wasn't, all the other shades that I compared it to did not have this exact same color tone. Let me double check that real quick. So I just quickly grabbed those bottles so that you could see. It was kind of close to Cold Brew Crew from the Essie Expressi line. This one is more brown, as you can see. This one is a lot warmer, so it's different than that, but it's kind of like the same idea. You'll see that in the comparisons next to them now. And this is the new one from OPI. This is My Italian is a Little Rusty. As you can see, this one's more brown and muted, and this one's more orange and rustier. The Caftan from the Essie collection, that one is more yellow toned. Essie has come out with a lot, like I said, that are more yellow toned, so this one is unique. It's got a good formula. It's going to build up in 2 coats, and let's get into those comparisons. This next one is Red Rock, and it's beautiful too. It's this nice kind of warm brick red, but it really pulls quite mauve-y. It is a little bit more muted. So I did find it quite unique to my collection. So there's a lot of those kind of burgundy shades that I have, but they're richer in color and maybe a little bit more crelly in formula. So they're going to be a little bit different. I did find it closest to OPI We the Female, but that one is a little bit more berry toned and this is a little bit more mauve, but that was the closest one that I found that compared to this one. If you guys can think of any other comparisons, let me know. If you guys have extras that I've maybe forgotten, I usually add them and do extras when I post them on Instagram so you guys can see more, because sometimes I don't think about all the comparisons. I love this shade so much. It's opaque in 2 coats, and let's get into those comparisons. The next one is Midnight Oasis. It's this beautiful teal polish. It's got quite a bit of white in the base, so it's going to build up a little bit more softer and muted instead of more like crelly and dark and rich. So that sets it apart a little bit from other teals that I have, but quite a few teals that I have are pretty close to this. I don't know if this one is like quite unique, but I love it as part of this collection as a whole. The collection just looks so beautiful together, and like I said before, I love it when a collection just looks good and all the colors go well together. It just really makes me want to do a nail art design with all of these for fall time. I'll definitely be getting back into that. But this one has a gorgeous formula, just like the others. The formula is pretty consistent, and let's get into those comparisons. This next one I have is Wild Abandon, and it's this beautiful purple shade. So it's kind of like a mauve purple. It has a touch of red in it, which really sets it apart from other polishes that I have that are similar to this one. Essie has quite a few that are kind of this tone. Like Smoke and Hot was a little bit more gray than this. This has more red. And then Making Harmony, that one was dustier and more purple. This had a little bit more red in it too. And Kimono Over, that one's definitely more purple too. So I did find it unique. I don't think I could find any OPIs that were close to this, but let me know if you want any comparisons for this one that I can add. I love this shade. So it definitely, like I said with the others, it has more of a white base. So it's not going to be as dark as those other purples that you see a lot in the fall time, like Bahama Mama and like Lincoln Park After Dark, because those are really rich, and this one's just a nice kind of muted, grayed out mauve purple. It's really, really beautiful. I'm going to hold that up next to this one because I did not do comparisons of these together, just so you guys can see. This one is more purple and this is more of that mauve red, so they are quite a bit different. And that's it. Let's get into the comparisons for it. And that's it for the collection. I'm going to show you these all together so you guys can see just how beautiful this collection as a whole is. It's just gorgeous. This is really what I was expecting for fall. I think Essie's collection was a little bit not traditional for fall, and maybe some of you like that, but I really do kind of crave those traditional colors a lot of the time, with some that were quite unique. I'm going to pick my favorites here. I'm just going to pick 2. I love them all, but I'm going to pick Sagebrush and Canyon Clay, even though I love them all. But these I feel like were quite original, and I love them. Love them. Will you guys let me know down below which favorites were yours? Which ones you think you might pick up? Do you like Orly? Is that a brand that you reach for? I think sometimes it can kind of be forgotten, but I think it's really great. I hope this video was really helpful. It would help me if you guys would comment and like this video, and be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification. That just really helps my channel out, and I appreciate your support. You guys are the best, and we'll see you later.